Hello. Just bear with me for 1 second. Just adjusting cameras. Okay. Hello, Instagram. Hello, Facebook. Whew. How's everyone doing? Okay. I'm just going to ground in. If you're hopping on with me, we're just going to do a little grounding practice. Hi, Sonia. We're just going to ground into Mother Earth. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Settling in this space. Aw, me and Jasmine are here. Love that. Love the animal vibes. Okay. Hi, Lily. That's so funny. I felt you in my third eye for a long time. That's so cute. Okay. Yes. So let's just ground in one more time in through the nose, out through the mouth. I've done some really powerful energy work today. And yeah, it's been fun. It's been really fun. So I'm excited for today. Today, okay, we're going to do a little bit different. I'm not going to do individual sessions today. What we're actually going to go through is a goal activation. So there was kind of interest in both topics, but we're going to look at the energy of manifestation today. And I'll just kind of riff on what that means and what I think it means. And then I will take you through an activation on how to precisely get that specific goal. So yeah, I'm excited to have you here. Let me know if that excites you. And where I want to start with this. Okay, there's so many ways. Let me just gather my thoughts. Basically, what tends to happen is there's almost too many timelines open, too many possibilities, too much available to you, that when it comes to really wanting to manifest a certain goal, it's like the portal, there's too many portals open. So what you want to do is really narrow into that one portal, that one specific timeline, so you can bring that in. And most people tend to not prefer to do that because there's this underlying feeling of like, what if I don't actually want that goal anymore? Like, who am I going to be later on? It's also really scary to make that big decision if that's what you want. And also can be really sort of scary to just like vocalize and be so open to saying, this is what I'm really after. And then, really unsure if it's going to come to fruition, right? Like there's always going to be this underlying doubt that you're like, okay, if it's really meant for me. And this is where it's so supportive to be really connected to your spirit, to your intuition, so you can use that to support you and anchor you and keep following that. The idea is to get so precise on your goal, so connected, clear anything that has you doubting otherwise, but also being detached in a way that whatever the outcome is exactly for you at this time. Because, there is divine orchestration at play. So it can feel a little bit frustrating because you're like, well, if it's not meant for me, then why do I really want it? Because there's something along that path that you are wanting to learn and discover about yourself. And the more you connected you are with, say, source energy, with your spirit, your intuition, your higher self, it all just feels really good anyways. Like we're really just after feeling really good in our bodies, in our mind, in our spirit, in our emotions. We really just want to live a peaceful, happy, healthy life that's free to do whatever we want. And I think this is why people get really excited about manifestation, because, if I could just manifest everything I want, then I'll be really, really happy. So really the goal is happiness. So you really want to get your energy behind it. So what is that underlying subconscious belief in what you're wanting to create? Because you can say you want to create something, but if there is secretly this feeling of guilt of having it, like you really shouldn't want this thing, or you feel bad on what others would think, or you feel bad for having it while other people don't. Like, what is the underlying subconscious feelings around what it is you want? So this is where it takes like radical understanding of yourself and really just connecting with who you are and what you truly want and what's really underneath the surface. And I do this through a lot of journaling. Journaling to me is just like a fundamental practice. And you're really going to just understand yourself. You'll be able to observe it, all the feelings that you have, the thoughts that you have, and really just writing to yourself and allowing to whatever needs to come through, because that is a sign that needs to come out of your psyche so that you can make space for your manifestation. So it's like, say your goal is to manifest a new house that's like, say 4,000 square feet, and it's got all these new features that you don't currently have. Say, and then the part of you actually feels like guilty for having this bigger, better house, because of others who don't or are struggling to make ends meet and that kind of thing. Okay. And then it kind of is a sign to look at sort of your connection with money. So you want to go in and clear that. I would also look at maybe a little bit of like the self-worth piece, but that can be a very layered process. You could also be feeling like a subconscious thought would be, am I really worthy to have something like this? Because maybe it's something beyond what you've currently experienced in this lifetime. So you're going to go in and really ask yourself, well, why don't I feel worthy? And where does that come from? Is it something from my parents? Is it something projected on me? You know what I mean? So journaling is going to be that fundamental process. Ultimately, desires are your safe guidance. So if you want something, there's a reason, it's in spirit, it's in the quantum field, it's ready for you to go in and grab it. What's in the way is the mental programming, the emotional field, and the physical sort of limitations that we experience here on this planet. And I would say that we can actually control. So what you're going to actually do is you're going to manipulate the quantum field with your mental and emotional field, bringing in your spirit, and then that's going to align your physical body. So what I see is like the mental and emotional field, and then your spirit and your physical body coming into one. So let me just look at my notes here. Yeah. So and then through intention. Sorry, it's so bright. Let me just fix this. So it comes down to your intention and your focus. And again, this is subconscious. So you could be intending something, but subconsciously, if you feel guilty, if you feel doubt, if you don't actually truly believe it, if you're frustrated around it, if you're someone that's a procrastinator or a perfectionist, those are things you want to look at. Like, why are you doing these things? What's really holding you back? What's the truth beyond here? Go in and clear those things. And like I said in the beginning, I love really strengthening that connection with my higher self, because that's going to support me as I'm going in and clearing the energy. Because what can happen is, like, okay, we have a goal, and then all of a sudden our shadowy shit comes to the surface to make space, and we don't really know how to deal with it. We're like, oh, this feels heavy, this is annoying. And then this is why people just sink back down to where they currently are and give up. Because essentially your shadow aspects are just coming to the surface to make way for more light to come in. The more light that you have, the easier it is to manifest. So the higher you vibrate, everything goes really, really fast, and manifestations come in like this. The heavy you are, the more, so you could say, lower vibrational energy, you could say shadowy aspects. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean it keeps you in a denser state, keeps you vibrating at a lower rate. And then it's harder for manifestations to come in, because it's like trying to like penetrate a really physical body or material item. So I feel like I'm sensing this is hitting the spot really well. Also, Also, hi, Michelle. Hi, Steph. So good to see you on here. We are not doing individual energy work. We are actually going to go through a goal activation, how to precisely align up with a specific goal that you have in mind so that your timelines are not wide open and you're just like manifesting whatever comes to you kind of thing. Because there's that aspect, but then there's also like where nothing's really actually coming to you. You're just kind of like, woo, like whatever. Different energies. So what's also at play, okay, we are going to really connect to the sun here. The sun actually is like our manifestation portal. Like, and we like basically like going through the sun, using the sun's energy, like our solar system sun. And what's also really fun, and I think is really fun for astrologers too. So I'm not an astrologer, but I love looking at the solar system and everything, the galaxy, but specifically Saturn is against us in our manifestation. So Saturn actually wants to see us struggle. They want us to go. It wants to see us go through challenge, and wants us to like learn how to do the action and respond in a way that's supportive and like move through those emotions. It doesn't really necessarily want to give it to us so easily. So we are, we're moving through the sun with our manifestations, and then we're hitting Saturn, and it's like, oh shit, now I have to like look at all these things. So we can actually go in and ask Saturn to allow us to ride the rings of this planet so that we can receive our manifestation, if that makes sense. So that's like a whole other way of doing things, and I'm going to incorporate this into our activation. So I have a couple more notes. So I spread them on my computer. Let me just get this here. And let me know if this is like hitting the spot for you. If you're like, this is really cool. This is a totally new perspective. So if the fact that you can visualize it or even think of it, or the thought comes into your head, it exists in the matrix. So you could, the Earth has a matrix, the galaxy has a matrix, the solar system is a matrix, but I want to say it exists in your timeline matrix. So you can see this as a blueprint in front of you. It could be like crossing lines. That's how I often see what that looks like. And so it already, I forget the accurate wording, but the moment you have a thought, it becomes an existing thing, because I think it comes into the corporeal world. Don't quote me on that. There is language around it. But yeah, it exists. So I want you to be so understanding of how powerful your thoughts really are, right? And so, and this is another thing. A lot of people are afraid of expansion, which is why they get caught up in the, I could possibly get this, I could possibly get that. Like, I'm just going to let things flow and not really like intention and focus, because it's easier, right? Because this is what expansion feels like. Expansion feels really hard at first, and it can feel like grief, because you're going through identity shifts and you're going through things that, it's almost like when the butterfly cracks open. It's really uncomfortable. But what's really cool is when you catch that wave, it's like a whole other level of fun. It's like fun, flirty, and exciting. Those are like the words that I wrote down. And it really is. So, and then the next time you do sort of that expansive thing, it feels easier. You're like, I've done this before. But you have to let yourself experience that to know what I'm saying. So with that being said, I want to get into an activation here for you guys. So if you love that, let me know. Oh, yes. Okay, cool, Emma. And Lily, it's wonderful. It's true divine light brings change. Yes. And okay, so what I want you guys to do is pick that one goal. And you don't have to put a timeline on it right now. You don't have to give it a date. Just pick that one goal you want. And I actually would like if you could write it down. So just grab a notebook real quick, piece of paper, write down your goal. Whatever it is that comes to you first that you really would like to achieve. There's no size limit here. Just pick that one. And you can do this activity later or whatever it is you want. I will keep this posted. Okay, so I'm going to be channeling this. I also took some notes, so bear with me for a second. Okay. If you have your goal, let me know. I would love to just pop it in the chat. Just be like, yes, I have my goal. Yes, yes, yes. You don't have to write it in. If you want to, feel free. But you definitely keep that to yourself. And I'm just going to put on an essential oil. So if anyone new is popping on, just letting you know, we aren't doing individual healing today, but we are going to do an goal activation, really narrowing in on that specific so that you don't have multiple timelines open like you were actually after this one specific goal. Goal set, awesome. My goal is to manifest a car. Love the car energy. So fun. Okay. All right. So just get comfortable wherever you are. You can be lying down, you can be sitting up, whatever feels good. I like to close my eyes, helps with visualizing, really getting into this space. And you're going to just listen to my voice and follow along. And I want to let you know too, if visualization isn't your strong suit, you can just be here with me, be with the words that I'm saying, and just intention in that you are following along. And eventually your third eye will become a lot more open. That's just if you feel your visualization practice is not as accurate as you would like it to be. Okay, doesn't mean you can't manifest. Just want you to know that. So, okay, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And I want you to breathe in through the nose, really honing in on your goal, in the vision, in your mind, in your heart space. Breathing out. Okay, breathing in your goal, out through your heart space, and creating this beautiful circulation. Really connecting the power through your mind and through your heart. And we are going to call in the energy of the sun, our solar system sun. Feeling, I want you just to pay attention to how that frequency feels when we call in the sun. Sun, work with us today on honing in and getting really clear, anchoring in our goal of choice today. And specifically, we were actually working with the outer rim of the sun. So feel into that frequency. Okay. So I want you to visualize when I ask this question. When it comes to reaching this goal, how many timelines are open taking you to that goal? Like how many options are there showing up for you? Are you getting a number? Are you seeing lines? Like often I see sort of like guitar strings. And you don't have to answer it here. I just want you to visualize. How many options are open? And then I want you to zoom out of that and see the matrix. Basically the matrix of your life as a blueprint. Again, you can just follow my voice and intention in, or you can use your visualization tool. See the matrix blueprint with those timelines at play. So we see those. What I want to ask you now, we're just going to kind of push that off to the side. Oh, I think my one phone is about to die. Okay, we're going to make it through here. I want to ask you, okay, what is the date of this goal to be received? What is the most logical time frame? What is that end date Just think it in your mind. Okay. What is the most absurd timing? What is so ridiculous, like feels not possible date? Okay. I want you to see both sides of the spectrum, and I want you to see them on your blueprint. So you've got your blueprint with your timelines and the dates. And there's no right or wrong way to see this. It's all perfect. We're honing in on the energy. And maybe if you're new to this world, I do want you to know time is not linear. It's just a construct that we experience here on this planet. And because things vibrate so slowly, it appears that things are moving in this way, but actually timelines are like, or time in its way, we could be here and there, here and there, here and there, here and there. Everything is all happening at once. We have parallel lives, all the things. It's just the way we perceive it here as a human on this planet. So now that you know that, you can fold, bend time, shift it, change it, whatever you want. This is why I know this is so possible. Okay, so you have your blueprint, you have your timelines. Now I want you to pick the time date that's in between that feels expansive, magical, and then also that side of logic. What's that in between date? And where is it on your timeline, your matrix timeline? So yeah, where does your awareness go? Okay, and hone into that space and see that. Feel the frequency of seeing that space. Maybe you're visualizing who you look like, what you're doing, how you're feeling, the environment that you're in, all the things at that space and point in time. Feeling the frequency of it. Okay, body, show me that frequency. That's typically what I do. And now what you're going to do is you're now going to fold every other piece of that matrix so that it folds up into that one possible timeline. So almost like I see it as like, you know, those paper folds you used to use as a kid? Almost like folding it all up. It's like a flat piece. So now you've got this one possibility. And you're going to bridge that possibility into your current physical human. So allowing that process to sink in, you're going to layer into the other. I find it so interesting. I have so much more people on Facebook than Instagram. It's usually the opposite. So hello, friends. Okay. Bringing that into your reality, and again, saying, body, show me this frequency. Okay. You've now brought that only option. And we are going to ask Saturn specifically, can we go and receive this manifestation with ease and flow? And I want you to see sort of you coming, moving with the sun's energy, riding the waves of the rings as you receive your manifestation. It's bridging into your reality. And let me know, maybe after this, how this really felt for you. I like to take a deep breath to really sink in the frequency, allowing the oxygen to be that force. And then asking yourself, okay, what is my next best move from here on out? Next best move. And I don't want you to put a lot of pressure. This is just one simple thing. It could be quick and easy, or it can be a big task. It could be simply like, do I need to clear an energy, thought, or emotion? Do I need to get into action? Do I need to lay out my plan? Or do I simply need to rest, eat, or move my body? Those are just some ideas. But allow whatever that first thought needs to be. And then when that feels complete for you, if you got any hesitation, that's a clear indication of going to clear some energy. And I would go journal after this and just see what comes up for you. However, that has now solidified in the energetic field. Okay. Let me know how that felt for you. If that was different, if it was new, something you've done before. I think that's it. And if anyone has any questions, I'll stay here for a moment. But that was really fun. Really fun. Essentially, you're like quantum leaping, folding space and time. And do you guys like activations? I sort of do, I love doing activations versus meditations more so because it really it activates your energy. I feel like that's one of my specialties. So I will let you know, I am opening Cosmic Collective, which you've probably seen in my stories. Cosmic Collective is a membership, a monthly membership. You can come and go. You can stay for a month or you can stay for long term, whatever feels good. And we are going to be doing live quantum healing in a more personal format in a Zoom space where I can actually work with you one-on-one at a deeper level, and you can be more personal. Where this is a very open public space, this is going to be more close-knit private space. So that's going to be really fun. We're going to do quantum healings. We're going to do group energy healings. And then we're going to do channeled messages. So I'm going to bring forth some channeling. And then any other manifestation tools that I have coming downloaded is going to be shared in that community, along with you're going to get discounts and everything on my other offers, as well as, if I host any workshops, you're going to be invited to those as well. So lots of fun stuff. And we are looking at $44 a month for that. So I did say it was going to be under $100, and it's going to be $44 a month. So if that's something you're like, yes, it's just going to be hosted in a Facebook group. And yeah, just message me and I'll send you the link, get you signed up. And this is going to be opened up within the next week. I'll have to rewatch. Oh yeah, no worries, Michelle. We did a really cool goal activation. So fun. What a great deal. Yes, she's been masterminding with me on this. So it's really exciting. Okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. And I'm excited to hear about your manifestations, your goals. Feel free to share whatever comes through, what shifts you have. And I will see you next week. Bye.